Purest Feeling is a bootleg containing the original demo versions of Nine Inch Nails' 1989 debut album, Pretty Hate Machine. Trent Reznor, the founder of Nine Inch Nails, was employed as an assistant engineer and janitor at Right Track Studios in Cleveland, Ohio. With the owner's permission, Trent recorded demos of his own material for free during unused studio time. Ultimately, these demos helped Trent land a record deal with TVT Records. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to listen to this demo together, and I'll provide commentary for it and share what little information I know about it. So let's begin. Alright, so this one is titled Intro, but it's also titled Slate. I guess Slate is the unofficial title name of this, but it's just called Title, or Intro. So yes, it sounds really good so far, doesn't it? A lot going on here. Oh, something's happening. That's good. It only took 30 seconds. So I really actually haven't even listened to this before. I know that's a bit of a sin. I don't think there's a version of Sin on this album, is there? No, I don't think so. But, yeah, I really haven't heard this before. Well, I mean, I have. I have it. I have this shitty MP3 version of it. But, you know, I probably have only ever skipped around on it. I never bothered listening to it with headphones all the way through in one go. So this is my disclaimer. I haven't heard this before, except for the song Purest Feeling. Ooh, it's getting funky. We got the little sanctified drum things going on. Toms, if you want to call it that. Now, the thing about this album, I'm going to warn you, if you haven't heard this before, it's a lot poppier than Pretty Hate Machine. It's a lot poppier. But this is the reason why Trent got signed in the first place. Like, they thought, you know, the record labels thought they were getting another Depeche Mode. So, let's see just how poppy this is. Now, I do know a song on here already, the song Purest Feeling. I think that's like the last track or one of the last ones. So we'll get to that, you know, later on. Oh, count off. Nice. Oh, that bass, it doesn't work with the guitar, does it? So right off the bat, you can tell that this has a lot more live drums on it. Or if it's not live drums, it's at least a more realistic sounding drum machine. That's something that you're going to notice on here. It doesn't have a lot of electronic drums on it, like on Pretty Hate Machine. This one's pretty stripped back in terms of drums anyway. It sounds like it's mostly live or live drums sampled onto a drum machine. You know, I got nothing against Sanctified. I really don't. I know some of you think I hate it. I don't hate it. It's not a bad... Well, it's not a... It's not a great song, no. But it's not bad either. It's... I think it's the weakest off Pretty Hate Machine. And this has to be the weakest song on this little demo thing here. Why would you put it at the front? Ooh. Did not like that. You know, if you're trying to get a record deal, don't put like the worst song you have at the front, so they have to dig around a little. Although then again, I mean, we don't know how this was presented to record labels. We don't know how this demo was sent out. I mean, this sounds like it was mastered all together, judging by the intro anyway, leading into Sanctified. So I don't know. I mean, maybe just the record label that ended off making this. Because like I said before, this is a bootleg. We're listening to a fucking bootleg CD that was released in '94 by Hawk Records. Who knows if they remixed these to have it flow together, or if this was just something that they found or bought the rights to and then just sold it as it was. Regardless, I don't think it's a great intro to a demo or to anything. Although I do like this part here.
I think we should give it a try right now. Give it a try right now. Doesn't that feel good? Now you're ready to go. You there? We're ready to get in there and get the job done. Life is great. Life is terrific. Thank you, God, for another wonderful day.
Well, that's a different sample that was used instead of the one in Pretty Hate Machine, the original version. Because as you know, they took out the sample for the remastered version. What a fucking mess. There's like too much guitar work going on in here. That little synth going on in the left speaker, like that's panned hard left. That thing, it just sounds so weird, like out of place. Alright, let's see how this transitions over. Let's look for red herrings to see if this was actually mixed, or if it's just thrown together.
You'll see the light change.
Do stuff for me, but because you really care.
Of course, Ben. I mean, there was plenty of girls.
So it is mixed.
That's what I want.
Someone took their time and mixed this.
Hell you.
I hope it was Trent.
Good.
Yeah, this would have to have been. So this song's called Maybe Just Once. I don't know what this is. Maybe it's... I do know that some of these songs are named differently. This might be one of them. This might be the only one. I don't know. Let's see. Because there's another song on here called Twist that's later on. I don't know what that is. Once again, we got live drums. What the fuck? Oh, you know what? I have heard this. Oh. Yeah, I remember this one. I intentionally blocked it out. Get ready for it. That would have been a lot better had that synth that was once again so fucking hard panned left was like a little bit more centered, or if there was like another one to make it give the illusion of stereo. Instead it just sounded like a dry, empty chorus, had nothing behind it. Now this, don't get me wrong, I know I was laughing at this song earlier, but there's nothing wrong with this. This is actually pretty good. It's just so poppy. It's like kind of funny thinking that this was Trent before Pretty Hate Machine. Because listen to this, it's coming back. Like that synth, it just sounds like fucking Bon Jovi or something.
Sat down on this bed, and he said, "First, what the hell do you think this guy is? You know, he just couldn't believe it."
Now, something that I already know about this album is that you're gonna hear a lot of samples. Probably like everything on here is a sample. Well, not everything. I meant to say every song on here has a sample on it. I mean, if you want to be philosophical, it's all a sample, but we're not. There's a lot of samples on here because during this time Trent was like off his head in love with Skinny Puppy, so there's a lot of Skinny Puppy influence in here, and I'm sure we're gonna be talking about Skinny Puppy a lot during this video, because I do know that this album does sound, you'll see what I mean. They'll use samples so much in like a distorted way later on that you're gonna think you're listening to Skinny Puppy. Now, some of Trent's first shows was using material off of this little demo here, Purest Feeling, singular. Just one feeling, not multiple. It was using songs from this, and some of those first few shows that Nine Inch Nails did was opening for Skinny Puppy during the Vivisect 6 tour. So I really don't think they would have played this one. This one's a little too poppy for a Skinny Puppy crowd. But you're gonna think you're listening to Puppy, like early mid 80s Skinny Puppy stuff. See what I mean? Come on, that sounds like 1987 Skinny Puppy. That was actually a really fucking cool intro, though. I like this, but I'm really hating how all of these songs... Ooh. I'm hating how all of these songs have something that keeps panning left and right continuously. Listen to that. It just sounds like he was fucking around with the little knobs, turning it left and right. It's definitely not as full as you know, the final version. It sounds a lot emptier, doesn't it?
This is the only time I really feel alive.
They're also doing a lot of that, like it sounds like fucking hitting a ladle on a kitchen, on a kitchen? No, on a pan or something. Like listen to that. Like they've been doing that on all of these songs. It's very Depeche Mode. But like, come on, stop using pans for everything on here.
Your eyes, the blood in your veins are listening to me. Well, I wanna wrap it up and sweat
There we go.
it, drown my
The return of the ladle.
everything is lying down. Nothing quite like the feel of something new. Maybe I'm all messed up. Maybe I'm all messed up. Maybe I'm all messed up in you. Maybe I'm all messed up. Maybe I'm all messed up. Maybe I'm all messed up. Maybe I'm all messed up in you. Maybe I'm all messed up. This is the only time I really feel alive.
You know, even though these are demos and a lot of these sounds, like a majority of this was switched out with like more powerful sounding instrumentation, the structures are basically the same. Like the structure of this is no different at all. The intro, yeah, that was different, of course, but this has been exactly the same, is even to the point where the little break where he says my moral standing is lying down, even that little break is still there. Same with the room effect on the drums during the breakdown, that's there too. This is all exactly the same. So even at this point, he still had his shit together when he already had his shit together when it came to the structures of songs. He just needed that extra help in the studio, you know, from producers to put it all together into something a little more powerful, more punchy.
Really feel alive. This is the only time
But it does sound a lot more empty, doesn't it?
This is the only time I really feel alive. This is the only time I really
Ooh! I always loved that synth. And now it's soloed out just for me. Well, I guess you. But I'm talking over it, so you can't hear it. Sucks for you.
Women of a specific type. How shall I put it? Certain peculiarities appeal to you, and you need women.
Oh my god! Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Depeche Mode is in the house. And this is the song Kinda I Want To. Oh my god. Well, kinda I want to hear the rest of this. Oh, this is completely different. I'm loving this. Oh my god, I can't wait for the chorus.
I know it's not the right
Oh yeah. It was like a bridge leading up to nothing. Oh, that was great. You know how recently, I think they've even done it recently too. Well, in 2013, they did a, I don't know if you want to call it a modern or just like a remixed version, new imagined version of Sanctified live, and it's a lot different than the original. It would be so interesting if they did this again, or like remade this with like more modern noises, but having it be kinda I Want To. That would be so interesting. Oh, here it comes again. Yes.
Kinda I want to. Kinda I want to. Kinda I want.
Don't get me wrong, I still prefer the what we know as the original version.
Does it have to be this way?
Oh my fuck.
Be this way? Does it have to be this way? Why does it have to be this way?
I need my inhaler. Wait a second. Wait, let me. Ooh, listen to that synth. That little atmospheric bell synth.
I don't care what they say. I want to.
I hear a fucking acoustic guitar. Ah. Oh, different lyrics. That reminds me.
Take my chance tonight. I'll take my chance.
So yeah, the this version, all these songs on here, some of them do have alternate, like additional lyrics that were cut from Pretty Hate Machine. So they're not on the album Pretty Hate Machine, but they were left in on the booklet for Pretty Hate Machine. And Trent did that. He chose to have them kept in so that at least the booklet would retain some of the original meaning of his songs. Oh, this is already taking a massive turn.
Just when everything was making sense.
What a weird little synth in the background.
Took away all my sense.
That little buzzsaw type of synth. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like the synth in Benny Benazi's Satisfaction. Kind of reminds me of that.
I guess I'm not the only boy.
Sounds like little flies farting or something.
That's what I get.
See, he keeps having these like pretty cool synth sounds going on, but he just keeps putting them hard panned left. You'd think he was fucking deaf in the right ear or something. And the same goes for the samples. Every time we hear samples, I'm noticing they're like pretty over to the left as well. Come on, don't be shy. Just pan it all out, man.
Never say goodbye.
See, listen to that atmospheric synth sneaking in on the left.
I'm slipping on the tears you've made me cry. But that's what I got. That's what I got. Trusting you.
Trusting you. So that was left out.
What I got.
All right, let's see how the breakdown works out here.
Why is it come as a surprise to think that I was so
Oh, he panned the synth to the right? Wow.
mean that much?
Oh, there's something else coming in on the left. I feel like I'm listening to like the X-Files or something. Same little synth almost. Yeah, keep it there in the middle. Keep it there in the middle. You know, most of my complaints are going to mean jack shit to those of you that aren't listening to this on headphones.
That's what I got. That's what I got. That's what I got. Well, that's what I got. That's what I got. That's what I got. That's what I.
I'll shut up for this transition. Because we really haven't been listening to whether or not it's flowing with one another. Oh, man. Okay, now, remember when I started this video off, I said I really haven't heard any of this before. You know, the exception of that really poppy song. I've heard this one before. This is probably like the first song that I had heard off of this, like back in 2005 or 2006. So I know this one. And it's really poppy.
I think I'm gonna push it as far as it will go. Give in to desire, only you will know. So tell me all your secrets, I'll stick it in your head.
Oh, I thought he was going to say in your ear. That would have been interesting. Stick my secret in your ear.
Purest feeling.
I feel like I should be like watching Dick Tracy listening to this, you know? Broke out the sax on here.
Purest feeling. Well, she can be a savior.
It sounded weird.
Everything she does.
It sounded like it was pieced together there. It was like cut up. Both the guitar and his vocals. Oh well.
I don't really believe she understands what's happening to me.
Tonight.
Sooner that she gets you, better
I remember, oh man, I was back in like 2005 or 2006. My friend had an iPod. It was like one of those really mini ones, the nanos. So it was probably like 3 inches tall and like an inch wide. Remember those? So I spent the night at his house, and he had one of those, and it was full of music, obviously. And while he was sleeping, I took everything off of it and just put Purest Feeling on it. And he was like about to go somewhere the next day, like where he was going to need an iPod to not be bored. And all they had on it was Purest Feeling because of me. So that was fun. This is very Skinny Puppy-esque. Oh my god. That... Okay, so this is a ring finger, obviously. But the way how it started off with all those samples and then that little synth kicking in, it just sounded a lot like Harsh Stone White by Skinny Puppy. And maybe that was an influence for this originally, because it did come out in 1988, right when this song was recorded. Who knows? Maybe just my own little 9 Inch Nails conspiracy. I'll just add that to the list that I've been making. I'm really looking forward to the chorus on this one. What? Huh. Cool. It's like a love snuff song. It's a song about him loving being gutted like a fucking fish. So is this about him getting stabbed and loving it? Being tortured? I don't know. I'm glad they changed the lyrics on this. This version is not very good. It's just me. I mean, the rest of the song, they didn't change. It sounds exactly the same. Well, not exactly. But, you know, the structure, once again, is the same thing. Even some of the synths, they are the same as well. But the lyrics, ooh. Or it could be a prisoner giving up. Prisoner of war, just being, fuck it, just go for it. Go all out, man. Have fun. I have no idea. No clue. I'm glad they changed it, though. This version's a little too weird. If you didn't hear the part about the knife, the blade bit, You might get the wrong impression about what this is about. I still don't even know what this is about, honestly. Maybe Blade is a metaphor for something else? Mm. Bit long, huh? Still a minute left of this. Now, I have noticed that with these songs, they are a little bit more drawn out, especially the outros. And the intros too, I suppose. So, thankfully, they were cut back a little. They're still pretty long on Pretty Hate Machine too, but they're not this long. So this is actually Trent's first song, Down in It. And he himself has stated in an interview that it's a ripoff of Skinny Puppy's 1986 single Dig It. Let's see if this version is like a ripoff or not. So that's the same exact synth that was used in the Pretty Hate Machine version as well. Oh my god!
I was feeling some feelings you wouldn't believe. Sometimes I don't believe in myself, and I decided I was never coming down. Just then a tiny little dot caught my eye. It was just about to run to see, but I watched it way too long. That dot was pulling me down.
Oh my god, there's record scratches too. Like little record scribbles. Oh my god.
I was up above it. I was up above it. Shut up, so what? What does it matter now? I was swimming in the hate. I never liked about you. It's kind of seeping into me. I try to laugh about it now, but isn't it funny how everything works out?
Can you imagine him like dressed up as like DMC in like red Adidas, like the whole fucking tracksuit, the untied Adidas as well, the shoes. Oh my god, that would have been amazing. But those drums just sound weak as piss. It sounds like you're fucking playing on a biscuit tin with like spoons, or not even spoons. Like little brushes. Paint brushes.
But the needle's already in my eye, and all the world's weight is on my back, and I don't even know why.
Don't even know why.
Was me is just a fading memory. I looked him right in the eye and said goodbye. I was up above it. I was up above it. Down in it. I was up above it. I was up above it.
Sounds very unfinished. Oh, that was Trent's impersonation of Ogre.
I was up above it. I was up above it. Down it. I was up above
I know I've said this before, but it's a shame he didn't make more songs with nursery rhymes in it. I would have loved to have heard, like, the Itsy Bitsy Spider and something. Oh, that could be so fucking goth. Can you imagine that? The Itsy Bitsy Spider, there could totally be a goth version of that. I could hear Skinny Poppy doing it. Itsy Bitsy Spider! Spider! Sorry. I'll stop. Ooh, this is rad. Alright, it was rad. It's kind of overstayed its welcome now. I had a little bit too much once it started getting random. One last one. Alright, well then. Huh, okay, well that was Purest Feeling. It came out in 1988. That was Trent's first bit of work that he put together. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was honestly pretty much what I expected it to sound like. Some of it really caught me off guard. But for the most part, there wasn't many differences between this. Well, there was a lot. Like, okay, structure-wise, it remained the same all the way up until Pretty Hate Machine. You know, till it was released on that. Most of them. Yeah, they were cut short here and there, like, because some of these are, like, pretty drawn out. But I mean, like, in terms of the way how the chorus and the verses were structured, they stayed the same. Even a lot of the synths were used the same way, and the same way that they were played. Kinda I Want To, that was, if that's what I'm thinking about. Is that the one I was thinking about? Yeah, that one was very different than what we're used to. And then maybe Just Once and Purest Feeling. You know, those are, that alone, hearing stuff that we haven't heard before from this era, it's pretty interesting. So that makes this worthwhile as well. But I think it's a pretty cool little album demo thing. Oh, it's a bootleg, isn't it? I'm sure Trent never wanted this shit to come out. It came out in 94 when he got big from the Downward Spiral. Just think, he had Closer out. He had fucking Closer and March of the Pigs out as singles. And then some asshole at Hawk Records or Hawk Loogie, whatever the fuck it was, they just shit this out onto a CD so that people can buy it. Hey, you want to hear how this band used to sound? Well, here you go. Yeah, I bet Trent was fucking thrilled. But anyway, it is something that's interesting to hear. It's not as drastic as a change as, you know, listening to Ministry's early stuff where they were a synth band, synth pop. It wasn't that drastic of a change, but it is a little different, at least for some of these songs. Definitely a lot poppier, but at the same time, it sounds a lot more like Skinny Puppy too, which is an interesting mix to have because Skinny Puppy is nothing at all pop, at least not back then. But it also sounds like Depeche Mode, so I don't know. It was fun. Will I be listening to this again anytime soon? Probably not. I mean, maybe that kind of I want to version of this. But besides that, I mean, I'm not going to be listening to these anytime soon. This isn't something you're going to want to jam out to in your car. Crank it up, pull the windows down so that everyone can hear you listening to Purest Feeling. No. But it's interesting to see how this evolved into what we know as Pretty Hate Machine. So thank you so much for watching this with me, or listening, I should say. It was an interesting little journey. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like the video, because YouTube's algorithm is crap, and that's the only way that this will be seen. So it really helps me out. So I'm told. If you want to hear my commentary on some more Nine Inch Nails albums, you can listen to them here on the right. Or if you want to watch a documentary with me talking all over it, there's one over there on the left. And that one in the middle was chose specifically just for you. Don't ask by who, I have no fucking idea. Once again, YouTube algorithm. Thanks for watching, bye for now.